Slide 3 is on the definition of music. So we see quite often that math is used to define music. Throughout the early history with the ancient Greeks, the study of music was a science of harmony and sound. Music was considered to be a very, very special scientific study, and the people who studied it were very honored in their society. We see that through the ancient Greeks aspect and their decision to look at music as being a scientific thing and a scientific equation, we see that math is really integrated into music. So we see musical notation kind of start to arrive as the ancient Greeks decided to start writing down music, actually composing and creating notation so that the musicians could read the music and play it. So the music was oftentimes written, there would be like a quarter note or a fourth note. We would see that there was math that was used throughout these historical times to define what the musician was to play. It would define the pitch, the frequency, and how long, like the beat and the rhythm, the time of the music. So whatever note was going to be played would be written down as a particular frequency, as a particular pitch. We would see in the time that there would be, especially with musical notation, that would be the largest thing that would be defined is the time that the note was to be played, whether it be a quarter note or a half note, or how the notes were supposed to flow in this musical composition. So we saw that there was this really cool transition from the early ancient Greeks all the way through to the monks, and even till today. The monks started with creating what we know now as a musical measure. A musical measure was used so that we knew you would have 4/4 time or 3/4 time. But the monks came up first with perfect time, and perfect time consisted of 4/4, 4 beats within a measure. So the whole measure would be 1, and if you start dividing that 1 into different pieces, let's say like a pie, if you divide that pie into different pieces, you get fractions of the pie. Well, that's exactly how the musical notation worked with the monks and their chants, and how they decided to write out what they were going to be singing. That way all the monks could follow along with the chants. So it was a very brilliant idea on the monks' idea. And it really helped a lot in the development of music. And the way that the math is just integrated in the fractions and cutting down the time when it comes to 4/4 time. And then we developed later 3/4 time. And so the different beats and the different rhythms are all composed of these different fractions, which are just written out in little musical notation marks. So it's a very cool concept, and we saw this develop throughout a lot of ancient history, as well as we see it develop now.